Our operations department, this is the drivers and dispatchers. And so there is an ongoing amount of work that's going to be done with that, and in the future, portion of the employees may be represented by that union group. We're in total preliminary stages right at the moment with that. Also, I want you to know that a new year has happened and elections have taken places, and our composition of our board is going to change a little bit. And I would like to thank a couple of people that are present here today that have served, and thank them for their service. And one of them is Mayor Scott Dudley. He is going to be replaced in January by Councilmember Rick Holmberg, who happens to be here. And we'd like to thank you for your service. And also I'd like to thank Helen Press Johnson, who has been a board member for several years. She is being replaced by fellow Commissioner Jill Johnson. And Helen, you have been my right-hand arm, and I appreciate everything that you've done for Island Transit, all your concern and all your hard work, so thank you both. So next month in January, some new faces, so we'll move on with that. Ken, do you have anything to say? Normally at this point in time, the executive director has some words, and do you have words you'd like to give us or give the board?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I do have some words. I don't have a physical report for you, but I do have some words. This is my 5th day on the job. It's been amazingly pleasant and fun. Island Transit has a superior group of professional workers. As far as drivers, mechanics, management staff is just outstanding. I've met with all the managers this week. I've met with many groups of other employees in other departments. I think to the amazement of some people, I've also made it to Camino Island this week to visit with the employees over there, and there's a great group of employees stationed there. My assessment of Island Transit in the first week is that it's a fantastic operation with great resources and potential, and it's just a matter of stabilizing where we are financially and moving on with many new programs and always improving the quality of service and ensuring the best and safest service for our citizens. But I've been in the transit industry for 37 years, and I have to say my first impression of the employees of Island Transit, it's the most committed, cohesive group of transit professionals I've come across, and I'm looking forward greatly to working with them in the coming months. They've been a fantastic help already. The Island County community is great. I've met some residents of the county, and it's just a fun and friendly place to be, and I'm going to enjoy it. I know we've got challenges ahead, but I'm ready to take those on too. So thank you for having me.
Great.
Well, I've been connected with the transit system since the very beginning, and I think of it as a big family.
I do too.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to business item number 1 finally.
We did have one question.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Same thing, I didn't see the last item. Okay, board discussion. Let's start down here. Any discussion?
No, just that I'm glad to be here, looking forward to the challenges and continuing on with my predecessor's hard work. Thank Helen for all her hard work and Scott for your work here, and I'll be looking to you for advice in the future and help along the way to continue. We've made considerable growth here, I think, in the last few months, and I think it's exciting to see where Island Transit's going to go. I think we've got a bright future. So it's just going to take some work. So I'm glad to be here, and thank you for all you've done, and we're moving on to some new things as well with the board chair for the County Commissioners, so I'm sure that's going to keep you pretty busy. And actually, Ellen, we pretty much agree you're going to sit in as alternate if for some reason that myself or Commissioner Johnson aren't able to make it. Commissioner Vice Johnson will be here sitting in for us. That's all I got. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. I wanted to speak to the Route 411 and the county connectors, if we could, for just a minute. I think there are a number of issues at play that I think are really important, as it was mentioned, the importance of the route between Oak Harbor and Mount Vernon, but I will tell you that the connection to Camino Island, to the mainland, both to Mount Vernon and back down to Everett, is vital. And I know that I've had a couple of conversations with our legislators who are concerned that Island Transit being fare-free is a inconsistency in the Tri-County Connector system. How it's been configured is that Island Transit has provided the buses from Island County up to Mount Vernon or down to Everett. If that is the stumbling block for our legislators, perhaps we could work with Community Transit or Skagit Transit to have their buses come and pick up our folks at the border of the county instead. And so that riders of the connector system would all be paying the fares of those agencies, and until we can get, and I know that one of the topics is to look at the financial and economic pros and cons of adding fares to these routes. That will take a little while for it. We have more burning issues, I think, for us. But I would just want to put that on the table. I think that should not be the stumbling block, that it's so much more important for us to be able to work collectively with our regional partners to provide this service. Boeing is the #1 employer, private employer for Island County, and a significant number of those folks live on Camino Island. So if we, and not to mention the WSU Extension and the Everett Community College, the college opportunities that are available in the Everett area. So it was a great loss that the state funding was exhausted for that, and now that the state funding is about to expire for the other, we need to be mindful of what the match requirements are from our side, but I am really hopeful that we can, even in an abbreviated way, at least maintain a limited amount of service until we can bring that back up, and perhaps that might be the solution that is able to be worked out with the legislators. And I am excited about this. We didn't speak to the status of the 5-8, and it's in the budget goals. But I'm wondering, do we have a timeline for when that route will be put into play? Can you share that with me?
April the 6th that we're shooting for.
Okay. That will make a very big difference to the unincorporated area of South Whidbey, and I'm grateful for the efforts that it's something I've been advocating for, and I really appreciate your outreach to me on that. And that's very good news. And I also wanted to thank Rick for mentioning, it was clear in our conversation of the reorganization of the board, it wasn't personal or punitive, but clearly a result of political pressure from the community in response to that. And I certainly understand that, and elections have consequences, and it's all part of the job. I do have a concern, and I would urge this board going forward. This will be coming into 2015, it'll be the first time in quite a while that there isn't someone on the board who's a resident of the unincorporated areas of Central South Whidbey or Camino Island. And so there'll need to be additional effort to reach out to those communities, and I wanted to offer, if there is any way that I can help, certainly in my district, I welcome that opportunity to help do the community outreach that will be necessary to bring our islands along as this agency recovers and strengthens itself. And also that I've heard rumors, I hope that they are only that there's a strident minority in our county that would like to privatize or dismantle Island Transit. And I'm concerned about that, and I want to, I see Island Transit as an incredible agency filled with very professional, wonderful people who are providing a much needed service to our community and enhancing the quality of life of Island County. So you can count on me to be a strong advocate going forward, whether I'm on the board or not.
Well, I've spoken maybe mostly about financial matters already. Certainly has been a pleasure to serve on the board thus far. I expect to continue service in the new year.